Hi, a while ago I posted a video about a tyvek wallet that I designed based on the design of the big blue van, but I posted that video without posting any instructions on how to make it. One person, Eric, saw my video and asked for the instructions. Here it is finally. So again, really quick, this is the wallet that I came up with. It's got a cash compartment, which opens fairly wide. It's got 4 credit card slots that you can slip cards into, and the slots are staggered so that you can access all the cards easily. It has the quick access pockets on the outside near the spine of the wallet, and it also has these extra accessory pockets that you can put whatever you want in there. Okay, Eric asked for 7 instructions, and I will give them now. So let me just go ahead and undo this wallet and make it from the beginning. Along with this video, I will post some schematics just to kind of help guide you along. Hope I can do this properly because my camera is pointing the other way. It's basically upside down. But anyways, hope we can make this work. Please do download that schematic and try to follow along. I start with a square piece of material. In this case, you can see I just grabbed an envelope from the United States Postal Service and cut a square sheet out of it. Okay, so the first step is you want to fold this sheet in half and then in half again, so into fourths. Open it back up. Now you fold it in half the other direction and then in half again, so into fourths again. So now you end up with this 4x4 grid, and we will be using that as a reference. Now if you follow along with the schematic, please locate these 2 corners on the grid. So what we'll do now is we'll make a slanted fold. It will closely follow this line of the grid, but with a slight angle outward this way. And this line will pass through the corners that I pointed out earlier. I have the folds made already, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that along those lines. Okay, so notice that this fold passes through this corner here. And also notice that it's a little slanted. Let me go ahead and put the other one in as well. Okay, when I put both of them in, you can see that you can see the slantedness of this fold. Let me adjust my camera. You can see that these 2 folds are slanted. You end up with this gap, this V-shaped gap in between. Okay? Alright, what's the next step here? I am going to, let's see, yeah, that edge. I'm going to name this edge edge A. Edge A. Let me write that down. Which is also indicated in the schematic in red. Okay. Now, what's critical next is this upper part. I want you to take a credit card, or whatever card you wish to put in your wallet, and take a measurement and make a mark. You want to make a fold that's 1 card's width from the top edge of this part. So you can scribe it, you can mark it with a pen or whatever. In any case, make a mark there, and then move your card down and make another mark. So you end up with two lines spaced by the width of the credit card. Alright. Okay, with that in place, now we'll fold some corners. So let's open our square back up. Again, referring to the schematic. We want to go ahead and fold this corner, fold it in until it reaches that slanted line that we folded earlier. You want to fold this corner in until the tip of the corner is in line with the slanted line that we folded in the beginning. The exact positioning, the exact angle of this corner is not very critical. Go ahead and just eyeball what I have here and try to follow along. And the whole thing is symmetrical, so we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we'll do something similar to the top corners. Again, try to follow along my schematic and try to eyeball what I'm doing here. We'll fold in these corners. This edge of this fold should be somewhat in line with the grid. Okay, now with the corners folded in, we'll go ahead and fold along those slanted lines again, those big long slanted lines that span across the whole length of the paper, or the tyvek. Okay, so now we'll take the two marks that you made earlier with your credit card and go ahead and fold the top mark back, so away from you. Fold along the top mark back, away from you, to form a straight edge. My camera keeps slipping. Yikes. And then you will take the bottom, the second mark, and fold it towards you. All right. So you end up with this Z shape. I will now call this edge. Call the first edge B. All right. And we'll call the second edge C. So we have edges B and C there. Okay, now we come to the bottom part of the paper. Go ahead and fold along edge A, which we marked out earlier. Edge A is just part of that 4x4 grid that we made in the beginning. Okay, so go ahead and fold. Ooh, I'm sorry. We need to flip it over. Flip over the paper. Almost got myself confused. Okay. We'll take edge C and then fold it down until it lines up with edge A. And go ahead and make that fold. Press it down. Form a straight edge. Once you've made that fold, open it back up. Now we can fold up along edge A, like so. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, now we'll go ahead and make two more slanted folds. This fold will extend. One end of this fold will begin from. Well, again, just go ahead and eyeball what I have here. The idea with this fold is a little complicated, so please try to follow along. This height right here, eventually this height will have to hug this part of the paper somewhat snugly. So you want to work out the heights such that this height here will be roughly the same as that, which is the width of a credit card, but maybe just ever so slightly wider or taller, so it can have some space. So perhaps you can use your credit card as a guide, make a mark slightly larger than the width of the credit card, and want you to make that fold from that edge all the way to the center, but it will be a slanted line. as I'm not sure if you can see, but I marked out the line in blue. So this line right here. And again, because it's symmetrical, go ahead and make the same fold on the other side. So since I have those folds in place already, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Because the lines are slanted, you will end up with the extra material in the middle. That's okay, you can just fold it flat. Okay, now open it back up really quick. Now I want you to take that slanted fold that we just made and invert that fold and tuck the whole thing inward. And how you're going to do that is, oh, my camera. Okay, I'm using my laptop camera, that's why. My laptop is slipping. Open this pocket, open it very wide, push the tip inward, and then take that slanted fold that we did just now, go ahead and invert that until the whole thing is flipped outside in, like so. Alright, and the same thing on this side. So there. Now, we have created ourselves a pocket, so to speak. We will tuck the entire top stack into that pocket, like so. Do that again. The entire top stack, which includes the two folds that we made earlier, the two credit card width folds that we made, take that entire top stack and tuck the whole thing into the pocket, like so. Or I should say two tabs. It's not full pocket. It's open in the middle. Tuck into the two tabs. Okay, you can see that the shape of the wall is almost coming along. You can almost see the final shape. So we're almost there, but not quite. Let me open it back up again. If you look into this pocket, you will see that there is a small tab here. So what I need you to do is you would have to take edge B, this being edge B, alright? Take edge B and tuck it into that tab. It's a bit tricky. It will be snug, but it's meant to be snug. Everything is meant to fit together somewhat tightly. Okay, so take the stack, take the full stack, throw it into the pocket. Right? And then now look for that tab on the inside. Look for your edge B. Tug your edge B into that tab. And similarly on the other side also. I will recommend that you familiarize yourself with the original design by the Big Blue Van, because he also employed the same technique with tucking things into the tabs to make them fit snugly. It's a very, very nice design. Okay, now we just all that's left to do is to fold this whole thing in half, and voila, there the wallet is. Again, the outside pockets, accessory pockets, the credit card slots. Because of that initial long slanted folds, because of those folds, these credit card slots are now staggered because of that slant. You have a kind of a slant stagger structure here. Because of that same slant, we now end up with a bit of extra material on the edge of the cash compartment, which allows the compartment to open wider, so it's easier to get to your cash. That's about it. If you really want, you can also take advantage of these inner pockets to put something, a secret stash of cash perhaps, something that you don't access very often. That is about it. Oh yeah, in my previous video I mentioned that I would try to cut a hole to make the card access easier, which I have done. So my swipe card will go in like this. Excuse me. There it is. My swipe card will sit on the outside of the wallet like this, and when I need it, I can just push it out with one thumb. When I don't need it, or when I'm done with it, I can just pull it back in, again with one thumb. It's very convenient, quick access. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. And just as a side note, I used this wallet for some time, but I realized that it's actually somewhat bulky for what it's made of. It's supposed to be very thin, but because my design involved so many folds, so many layers, it actually ended up kind of thick. It's still not bad, but it's a little thicker than I would like. So eventually I abandoned this design and I made this guy. Ooh. Sliding. And this guy is made of, again with tyvek, but it's made with scissors and glue, so that I can have a very thin structure. Basically everything is just one layer thick. It's extremely thin. Here are the credit card compartments, cash compartment. The quick access pockets look a little different on the outside, but the idea is the same. Here's a vertical slot. If you flip it over, you'll see a horizontal slot, and the horizontal slot is where I put my swipe card. Push it out, pull it in. I also added a little pick holder. I play guitar, so I usually carry a pick in my wallet, and because tyvek is very much like paper, I just made this out of paper and just glued it in. It worked out very conveniently. Let me find a pick really quick. The pick holder just holds the pick like this, just sits there snugly as a holster, and the little tab keeps the pick secure. So there. But because of the wear of this material, eventually it will wear out and look pretty janky. You might be able to see some whiskers coming out, some fibers pulling out of the material. Eventually I abandoned this design also, and this is actually my latest wallet. It's just a repurposed ID holder, but because I need more pockets than it offers, I cut open the outer edge, the outer surface of the ID holder, and created kind of my own slot for some extra cards. This is basically my quick access pocket. I use the backside for cash. This is my cash compartment. And the inside for everything that I don't use as frequently. Driver's license and so on. I also, excuse this sliding camera. I also cut another hole here so I can put a pen inside, so I can always have a pen with me. And I put in the pick holder also, because my need is the same. I still need my guitar pick with me. The pick holder kind of has a double function. You can see this white strip of paper. It's one continuous strip. It actually wraps around all the things I have in this pocket and comes back out over here. And this is because it's actually really hard to get to these cards. This pocket is quite tight. So this white strip of paper, which is also the pick holder, can be used as a tab. I can just pull this over and pull a stack of cards out so I can access it more easily. That is about it. I do enjoy yellow rigging a lot of things that I use, and I hope you've enjoyed my videos too. And I hope you find my videos instructive, and I wish you the best if you if you're set out to create your own versions of these things. Thank you again.